So in previous videos, I talked about prioritizing and how to do so using Eisenhower matrix. This video, I'm going to talk about how to keep track of the things that you have to do once you get your priorities straight, and so that you can actually be productive and not forget about things that you got to do. There's a lot of systems that you can use to do that, and I will be discussing a few of them on the next couple of videos. But what's important is that whatever system you use, the best system is going to be the one that you actually use it. So it's going to be the system that you actually take the time every time that you have a new task and put a task in there as soon as you need it. That means any long-term task, any task that you ran out of time to do right now, or any time you're about to switch tasks and get distracted from one task to another, before you do so, add the current task that you're working on to your to-do list. And uh, if you do this, whatever system you do this with is going to be the one that's going to work the best. The only tasks I don't bother as adding to my to-do list are the ones that I'm going to do right now. The ones that it's not long term. I'm not going to get interrupted. But as soon as I stop doing this because something else grabs my attention, or because I'm at the time that I had for it right now, or because it's going to take multiple days, or it's something that needs to be broken down to a lot of parts, those definitely have to go to my to-do list. Now, when you're going to work on something new, always consult your to-do list so you have an idea of what are the things that you need to do. So when you have some work time, look at your to-do list first. And I have the habit of looking and organizing my to-do list at least twice a day, sometimes more, but at least once in the morning and one at night, so that I can know what I need to do. I also use my to-do list to help me decide what to work on next every time that I have work time. As I am looking at my to-do list, I tend to cross out things as soon as I get done with them, or in some cases, mark them complete or delete them, depending on the tool that I'm using to keep track of things. Also, I tend to erase things that are on it for too long without action, or move them to a separate list of deprioritized items that clearly don't need to be cluttering my main list. In fact, it's sometimes a good idea to have multiple lists for different areas of your life: one for professional things, one for school, one for your private things that you got to get done. So I tend not to have my chores and that I have to do to keep my ranch in place, and then my school stuff, and then my other personal stuff all in one place. Otherwise, it gets too cluttered, and that reduces my productivity as well. But the more important things is that I have a system, and you should too. A system that helps you prioritize and keep track of the work that you need to do. Because without such a system, you might end up forgetting important things and end up not doing the things you need to get done, and then find yourself procrastinating and not doing the best job that you can possibly do. Now, in the next few videos, I'm going to discuss a few ideas on how to do this. I'm going to talk about keeping a priority list, and I'm going to discuss a special method that I like to do so. That's called the docket and catch-up method. I'm also going to discuss the post-it board method, which is one of my favorites, especially since I'm a very visual person. Then there's also the use of daily planners or calendars, out of which the Google Calendar can be a great tool for. And I have a separate series of videos where I talk about how to use Google Calendar to do exactly that. And of course, there are always apps that you can use as well. And I'm going to talk about some that I've used before. And I also might mention just a tab management system for your browser as another way to keep to-do list as well. So I'll see you on the next videos to discuss that. I hope you find these helpful.